noise level in this place was deafening. They're set for football as the 49ers get ready to do battle with the Seattle Seahawks. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. Taking it about the 1. And able to get this out to the 25. They'll run for the first time with Raheem Mostert. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. Well, this defense for the Seahawks, they were very good a week ago in that win over Minnesota.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Lance going to throw. Incomplete. Well, this rivalry, Charles, the Seahawks and Niners, really one of the best in the NFL. So many great games in the last decade or so between these two. Where does this one rank for you in terms of best rivalries of, let's say, the 21st century?
I'm so glad you phrased it that way because we look back on some of the best rivalries in the NFL. We're talking about traditional rivalries like Bears-Packers. But here in the 21st century, it's hard to beat Seahawks and Niners because when they get together, you're often playing for division titles, positioning in the playoffs, and chasing the Super Bowl. Similar to Ravens and Steelers, two of the best rivalries in the NFL.
And with the play clock reading 4, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8.
Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step it up. Mike 27, Mike 27, Mike 27.
Hey, let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength. Hey, check Mike 27, check Mike 27.
Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room.
Zoom black.
Motion, motion.
Yellow, zoom.
Motion.
And Lance now to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Oh, nice move. 8 yards on the return following a punt of 41. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 37. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Wilson. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. That is Nick Bosa from out on the edge who worked his way in for the sack. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Now the 49ers going to take another timeout. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this 1st quarter. They're down to 1 remaining.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. They got his man complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A big play that time through the air. 31 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. Carson, and he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible. So I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope, and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
So that'll back him up 5. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Now Wilson. Flushed out right. He hits his target, Lockett. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on third down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a first down.
From the 8, they've got it 1st and goal. Now it's Wilson. This is caught. Touchdown, Seahawks. Gerald Everett, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks have taken a first-quarter lead. Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3-and-out, and then you take it down, score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3-and-out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stuff it. Then we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. And they got it done.
So with a missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Lance completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And CD, defensively, you're going against a hot quarterback coming off a 3-touchdown game in their victory a week ago. But what's the big key for them to try to slow him down?
You ask all the tough questions, don't you, partner? Because with this guy, if you blitz him, he takes advantage of that man coverage and burns you. But if you bring on those extra DBs, he sits back there and does what he wants. To me, it's going to be those DBs. When they catch the ball, big-time tackles really put it on those receivers.
And he ran right through one tackle as he fights forward for a gain of 7.
Next, the receivers have spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
2nd down, here's Mostert again. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3-and-out.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down.
Check Mike 27, check Mike 27. Let's make these babies cry all the way back. Let's make these babies cry all the way back.
6-0 our score after 1. Lance now on 1st down. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
From the 47, it's 2nd and 5. Lance, a handoff here to Mostert. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
Pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Right here, right here. Mike 27, Mike 27, Mike 27. You gonna see me in your nose straight.
From the 31, Lance. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way, so he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it, just move on to the next play.
8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down.
Mike 27, Mike 27, Mike 27. It's been a long day for you.
Now Lance. Getting this out to the flat, Mostert. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
And Gold is able to put it through. And they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hole. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
Now it's Gold after splitting the uprights to kick this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he is finally out of bounds, but not before taking it down inside the 30. So the illegal forward pass also costs him a down, and now it's 2nd and long. Here's Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the shotgun, Wilson. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Similar to a shooter in basketball who just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
Second and 10. They run it with Carson. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield.
That was a really nice run there to bring up third and short. After the incompletion on first down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
The Seahawks on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. Here it's 3rd and 3. This is Carson. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But I believe a Seahawk was able to get a handle on this, so this will remain Seattle ball.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So they keep the football, but now face 2nd and long. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Jason Verrett, he'll get the sack as he provides the heat off the corner. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. He and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. Now a timeout called for by the defense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. Taken in at the 22. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most just don't want it to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive in with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Now whistles here, and I think one of the big boys for the 49ers might have jumped. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. Throwing now is Lance. And he'll throw this one away. I don't think he's out of the pocket, no. Here comes the flag. In the pocket, chucked it away. Flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
Lance to throw on second down here. Going deep for Benjamin. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. 4 yards remain for second down. To throw is Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. He's got his man. That's Everett, the tight end. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Second and goal from inside the 5. From the gun, it's Wilson. Buying time to his left. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
On 3rd and goal, Wilson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Myers able to knock it through, and that will do it for this first half. So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Dwayne Eskridge elects to bring it out. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
They go back to Carson here on second. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 41 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him. That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll try the left side. It's Carson. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Playing against a 3-4 front is really challenging for offensive linemen, because they can do so many different things. But when you're running the football, if you can handle the nose tackle up front, and it may be a guard can slide up to the 2nd level and block a linebacker, that's when you have success running the football.
3rd and 2. Now Wilson. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And the 49ers will take over deep in their own territory. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
Shotgun now for Lance. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And a stoppage here, a timeout before this 3rd down play takes place. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave them trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Check Mike 27. Check Mike 27. Watch the screen. Pass. Watch the edge.
To throw, it's Lance. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
After the interception, here's Wilson. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Samson Abuka in there to bury him for a loss of 11. They're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Throwing is Wilson. Under pressure, they got him again. Samson Abuka picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Wilson. He'll get that complete to Parkinson. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of a first as that leads to 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Myers' kick is good. And the lead stretches to 9. It's now 12-3. So the lead extended. I think at this point you say, hey, defense, take us to the end.
Well, if I got some good music to put to that, I could have a good country hit. I like the way you expressed yourself there. I think the offense has done enough so far. But like you said, if your defense is only giving up 3 points, it makes it a lot easier to settle for field goals on this side of the ball.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Dwayne Eskridge, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the interception by the Seahawks D leads to a touchdown. Pete Carroll in that familiar hands-on knees pose. His guys will go for 2 here. It'll be Carson. They run for it. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. And he is going to be stopped short of the goal line. Oh, they'll mark him inside the 1. He just couldn't keep churning those extra few inches. And the 2-point attempt is turned aside. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Lance, quick slant to Brown. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Watch the twist.
They'll try and run here with Mostert. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Lance. He'll swing this out to Mostert. Mostert hit and he drops the ball. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And some room to work. And they will finally stop him, but a great return gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even if...
And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Eric Armstead, the defensive end, will get credited for the sack. Is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A hole to dig out of here. 2nd and 17. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson looking for the end zone. And that ball incomplete. He couldn't work free from his defender, and now it's 3rd down.
When offenses dial up big shots downfield, they're not always for the guys out wide. Sometimes they want to go to their big target, deep downfield, and the defense breathes a sigh of relief. 50-50 balls, not easy to get away from the big targets.
The Seahawks on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 17. Now it's Wilson. And this is caught, but I don't think he stayed in bounds. No, he didn't. It's incomplete. The throw took him past the boundary, and it's 4th.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
So 4th down, Wilson goes to the sidelines, and on comes Jason Myers for the field goal try. This to make it a 3-score game late, and he missed it. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. Now, this one now not over yet, Charles. You got a sliver of hope on that other sideline.
You certainly do, because that would have made it a 3-score game, and that probably would have been curtains at that point. But now if they can get down the field quickly and somehow get the ball back one more time, we may have a different ball game.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Well, they didn't fall behind any further thanks to that missed field goal, but still staring at the... And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the 2nd extra point he's missed so far. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big 4th quarter hole. Throwing after the interception, Lance. It's complete right side to Benjamin. And he'll be out right at the 35.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Throwing on 1st down is Lance. That's swung out to Mostert. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Now a play fake. Lance. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
On 3rd down, here comes Mostert. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. They'll try it now with Mostert. And he's got enough for the 1st across midfield to the 48. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. From the gun, it's Lance. Flush to his right. Oh, Brown, a nice catch. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. On 1st down, Lance. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Lance to throw it. On the screen, this is Cannon. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. So mark off the yardage for roughing the passer.
And I've seen this before. On a screen pass, not only are you rushing the passer, you're rushing him deeper than normal. And I think a little frustration kicks in at the end. You're going to hit him anyway when you shouldn't.
And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. And the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up 2nd down. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. Again, they'll throw it with Lance. And now here is another interception. Picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing.
And I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Looking at it from the defense's perspective, they could have really used the football to try to start eating into this deficit.
Yeah, because now possession's so crucial at this stage of the game. And when you've got an opportunity to hop on a turnover and you don't get it, you can feel the frustration all the way up here.
And the offense, they're living right now. Another bounce and break that goes their way. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
And he'll be tackled at about the 35. 55 rushing yards rushing for him now to this point. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. They go play action now. Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. And Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the 1st down. Play action. It's Wilson. Left side complete to Lockett. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And the 49ers are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this... defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess, That allows for extra yardage on the return.
The first throw here for the backup Garoppolo. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter.
Check Mike 27. Check Mike 27. Don't get nervous. Well, fellas, here we go. Mike 27, Mike 27, Mike 27. Rabbit, 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 rabbit. Hey, check Mike 27, check Mike 27. Watch the screen. 11, 11, 11, 11.
To throw again on second down. Garoppolo. He'll get this into the hands of Mostert. Past the 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Check Mike 27, check Mike 27. Here we go. Mike 27, Mike 1, Omaha. Go ahead.
Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. Dancing to his left. And he'll just get rid of it. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. Garoppolo looks to throw once more. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Bless on Austin. And the Seahawks are going to have it here just past the 25. And that one, Charles, is just going to about wrap up what was no doubt a dominating defensive performance.
Yeah, I don't care what team it is. I don't care who you play, whether they're strong offensively or not. Just giving up 3 points in the NFL, that's absolutely a dominant performance and one that they can build on.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And barring mistakes, they should be able to kneel this one out and finish it off. And there's only 1 timeout remaining on the defense. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And the Niners are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
Check Mike 27, check Mike 27. They're going to need some therapy after this. Check it, 21, 21.
On the ground, it's Mostert to start the drive. And he loses the football a second time. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. On first down, Carson. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Wilson wants to throw it. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. 20, 10, and into the end zone. A pick six for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. Well, dare I say it, it's kind of quid pro quo. Both defenses now with an interception return for a touchdown.
Your vocabulary, sir. Well done.
Robbie Gould on for the extra point. And this is up and good. That'll make it a score now, 24-10. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Here's Moore. He will return it. A solid return. Pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. Coming up on a 2nd and 6.
54, Mike. 54, Mike. Check. Watch. Hey, alert.
Oh, Wilson going to throw. Out left, he's got it to Everett. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. A big connection on that one. 32 yards.
In a spot where most offenses would just be trying to get to the finish line and close this game out, they're still looking for points here in the final minute of this game. I think bonuses could be gained and attained with maybe more points.
Wilson after the play fake to Carson. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now it's Wilson. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Basically, you're not going to outwork two guys very often.
Double coverage. I thought he was going to go somewhere else for the football. I get it. That's a stud wide receiver. You want to try to get him the football.
Yeah, sometimes you rely on him a bit too much. You forget the other options that are out there.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Flushed out right. That's taken in by Eskridge, complete. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a 1st down.
Mike 50. Let's go double count right here. Double count. Mike spot 4.
That one looks like he'll throw here. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Dwayne Eskridge. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Seahawks are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. The extra point now coming from Myers. So he missed his first two, but this time it's good, and that'll extend the lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. The Seahawks in victory formation as they go ahead and take the knee. So the victory here for Seattle, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.